Hey guys, today we are going to make a woven cup holder, pencil holder, cell phone amplifier, whatever you want to use it for. All you need today is some sort of a cup you can cut. It can be paper or styrofoam. It can be large and tall or short and small, kind of like mine. You need some yarn or string. It doesn't matter colors or thickness. That's up to you. You need something to mark your cup with and a pair of scissors to cut your cup. To get started, we need to divide our cup into odd number slices. So in our string project we did last time, we needed 16. Today, 15 would be good. Any odd number will work. It must be an odd number so that your rotation actually covers all of it. If you do an even number, you'll have empty spaces, and that is not our goal, okay? So I think it's easiest if we just start by writing the number of sections. You're going to cut right through these numbers. You want to leave maybe about a finger width between your numbers, and it's okay if they're not all exactly the same. You have to squeeze these so I can have 15, and I'm going to move this one over a little bit so my 15 has a little bit more space. Okay? It's okay if some are a little bigger. If you do it in pencil, you could scratch it in, and then if you need to, you could write over it with pen. It's not the end of the world if some of them are a little bit bigger than others. Okay? The goal is we need an odd number of numbers. So ending on 15 is perfect. Next, with our scissors, we are going to cut near those numbers to make a line all the way to the bottom of our cup. You don't want to cut through the bottom. You cut this all the way down to where the bottom of your cup is. You do not want to cut into the bottom of your cup. We need that to be solid so it can stand on your table. So you're just going to keep going all the way around. These numbers are just like a general idea of where to cut. You can eyeball it to make them close to the same size. Like I said, not the end of the world if they're not perfectly the same size. So, at this point, we are going to count. This is my first one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 12, 13, 14, 15. Perfect. So you should have an odd number by the end. And your cup should kind of look like a, I don't know, like a chandelier or a hula skirt or something. Okay? Next step. You need to decide on which yarn you would like to start with. I think I'm going to start with the dark blue first and ombre it into white towards the top. So, this next step, how to start with your yarn. You are going to wiggle one end of your yarn inside your cup all the way to the bottom. Your little tail can stick into the bottom like that. It doesn't matter, at the very end we can cut it off or you can leave it in there. That's up to you. Now you need to decide if you want to go to your right or to your left. For me, it's easiest to turn it upside down, and then I'm going to work to my right because I'm right-handed, okay? So I'm going to go over one and then under the next one. Then come out behind it. We're going to do an under-over pattern just like we did with weaving. Then over, then under. And you're going to try to keep it as close to the bottom as possible and in a straight line as much as possible. Then over, then whoops, under, over, under, over, under, over, under, over, under. Okay, so now I've come all the way around, and you can tell because I have my beginning right here. So I'm going to continue this process, but now it's going to go opposite. This was the one I went under, so now I'm going to go over this next one. That's why we did an odd number, so we can fill in our gaps. And then you're just going to stack on the round you just did. So it's going to go, oops, behind this one, over the blank ones, under the ones you just went over. We want to keep our yarn kind of tight, not tight enough that it's like ripping our styrofoam in half, but we want it to be tight as we go so we don't have big gaps in our weaving. Okay, so now I'm back to my start again, and now I'm just going to do my next layer. Just keep on going all the way around, over, under, over, under. If you can see that there's some gaps showing, you can squeeze your yarn together. That's why we got to try to keep it tight and together. Maybe you like that there's that little stripe there. That's up to you, okay? You get to make it. So you're going to do this pattern all the way to the top. You can transition your yarn. Let me finish this one and I'll show you how to transition to a different color. Okay, so I've gone all the way around 3 times. So you can tell because I have 2 levels of it in one of our lines and 1 level in the next. So that means I did 1, 2, 3 rounds. If I want it to be done there, I am going to bring my yarn to the inside of my cup. I'm going to give it a little snip right here, trying not to make sure I cut it too much because I want it to be able to stay in there. And then you get your next color, and you're going to start right where you left off. So I left off right here. And I'm going to start behind, wiggle it in all the way down, and then just start going over, under, over, under. You're going to continue this process all the way up to the very tippy top, and when you're done, you're going to glue it to the inside. Okay? Let me know if you have any questions, but I cannot wait to see what these look like when they're done. Have fun!